That's when Villano heard Deputy Akins yell, "Get your hands up! Get your hands up! K9, stop! Stop!" 3 gunshots came from the side of the house. One bullet piercing the deputy's wrist, breaking the bone before exiting through the other side, which struck the deputy's neck, making its way through a maze of veins and arteries, and causing temporary paralysis as the deputy fell to the ground unconscious. The sergeant then pushed forward towards the suspect while firing 5 shots in his direction.
Did he get him?
3 of those bullets
hit him,
collapsed the suspect,
yeah,
while the K9 was latched to the suspect's arm.
These exotic boys, smoke exotic ops. You ain't heard about murder boys, we got exotic glocks. Tied to pull up real fast, with a lot of shots. Bitch, I'm feeling just like Mac, I got a lot of guap.
What up, Mula gang? Welcome back to another video on Phone on Grade. We ain't even gonna talk too much on it, guys. Make sure y'all tap in the rest of my channels. Get on that membership, because I'm showing you exactly how to get rich. I'm talking about for real, for real. Like, come, let me teach you the sauce, my boy. You ain't got nothing to lose. It's only $50. I'm gonna teach you how to flip your money legally with crypto stocks, business, YouTube, social media. I'm gonna show you all the sauce. Credit, Amazon. I'm gonna give it all to you on the dead homies, bro. So tap in, stop playing. First link in the description, MulaMembership.com. Don't sleep.
Man,
what's up, everybody?
Welcome back to another episode of EOS.
It's 10 out of J. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me.
For this video, we're going to be speaking on a Florida boy that gunned down a sheriff's deputy after refusing to go back to jail.
Oh,
Sunday, March 12th.
That was a bad idea, bro. I don't refusing to go back to jail. I bet you ain't refusing no more. Bet your in that mother. I promise you that. I know that for sure. I ain't know for show your in there. Nah, you killed a sheriff? Crazy, man.
Pinellas County Sheriff's deputy was dispatched at 6:15 p.m. for an auto burglary in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Auto burglary.
Arriving on scene, the deputy spoke with a witness who gave a detailed description of a suspect who he observed checking yards, houses, and looking into parked vehicles as he walked by. The witness followed behind the suspect, watching as he broke into a neighbor's Ford F-150 and began stuffing his pockets with items from inside.
Pause. Listen, I have a mentorship called the Mula Membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very, very, very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag.
The witness was even able to record the suspect on video.
Oh, and you recorded him.
The truck.
That was, yep, that's where you f***ed up at.
Arrived nearby to help establish a perimeter when he saw the suspect running alongside a church fence. With his police lights activated, the corporal radioed in for nearby deputies, and within 1 minute, Sergeant Jacob Villano and K9 Deputy Matthew Aiken, along with this K9 Taco, arrived on scene.
Taco!
The K9 began tracking the suspect's fresh scent from the area he was last seen running. They'd follow the K9 into a heavily wooded area when the dog alerted to a black slide belonging to the suspect. Continuing on, they'd find themselves.
Nigga, you out here robbing and running from the police with some slides on? Bro, any street nigga though, you don't come outside with no slides on. Only time you come outside with slides on is if you taking the trash out. And if your in the hood wisecracking, ain't no black and wisecracking. If you in the hood wisecracking, you gonna put them Jordans, some sneakers on, tie them boots up, put your pipe in your pocket, take the trash out, and go back in the crib. Cause you know it get the cracking. Niggas get killed taking trash out, going to school, bus stop, all that. So the fact that you outside doing that with slides on is just stupid.
Home on
Talking about you don't want to go back to jail.
With
what?
A 6-foot chain link fence with horizontal slats that prevented them from viewing the backyard.
I just thought about something though, and I'm gonna stop pausing after this. Why are they doing all this for a nigga that was just looking in cars? Nigga ain't breaking no crib. They said they seen him opening cars and put in his pocket. Y'all set up a perimeter and brung a K9 unit out there for that nigga? Y'all did that like he was Jeffrey Dahmer or something.
Deputy Aiken lifted the canine over the fence before jumping over himself as he continued tracking, while Sergeant Villano followed 25 feet behind.
Right.
That's when Villano heard Deputy Aikens yell, "Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Canine, stop! Stop!" 3 gunshots came from the side of the house. One bullet piercing the deputy's wrist, breaking the bone before exiting through the other side. A second bullet went into his right thigh, pushing through flesh as it continued out the back of his leg.
Right thigh.
The final bullet.
The problem with the right thigh is that artery
would strike the deputy's neck, making its way through a maze of veins and arteries, causing temporary paralysis as the deputy fell to the ground unconscious. The suspect then turned his gun on Sergeant Villano, firing another 3 shots as the sergeant dove left.
The suspect shot at another police too.
Weapon. The sergeant then pushed forward towards the suspect while firing 5 shots in his direction.
Did he get him?
3 of those bullets
hit him,
collapsed the suspect.
Yeah.
While the canine was latched to the suspect's arm.
And the canine already knocked into him. I don't know what the like. Not nowhere in a million years would I ever put no blick up at no policeman. Stupid. You think, bro, these police, the whole department will, nigga, hell freeze over before they stop looking for you, bro. Like, it's over with. The sergeant
would then call in for an officer down as he observed
it wasn't even that serious.
On the ground.
You just turned breaking in the car, not even really breaking in. You just open and unlock cars. Like, you just turned breaking in the cars to the murder of a police, but no reason. You could have just took your stupid, silly, happy ass to jail, sat in there for a little bit of time, and you would have been decent. Now you dead. He's never getting out. On God, I know he got life if he ain't dead.
Gun still in his holster. He'd been ambushed, gunned down, and the clock was now ticking as he was transported and rushed into emergency surgery.
Yeah.
The 23-year-old suspect was identified as Zion Bostic and pronounced dead at the scene at 7:26 p.m.
He didn't even make it.
Bullet had grazed the back of his neck, another bullet his left shoulder, but the one that killed him was the one that was fired into his neck. Coincidentally, the same area he shot the deputy.
Right.
Zion had been armed with a 9mm Taurus handgun that had been stolen from a vehicle the previous year. Additionally,
so he's known for hitting cars.
In his front right pocket with an extended magazine.
And he had another ruler?
This gun had also been stolen from a separate vehicle. Within his backpack, deputies would find ammunition and magazines for both weapons. At only 23 years old, Zion's criminal history was extensive. He'd been arrested a total of 18 times for 34 felonies and 20 misdemeanors since 2015.
Since 2015? Hey, bro, give it up. Niggas like that, bro, if you steady going to jail for every little thing you do, if you go to jail for 30 felonies since 2015, so what that is, like 5, 6, 7 years, you went to jail 18 times, he said? Did he say 18 times? Gang, go get a job, bro, because the street's it's not working. You're not good. You're getting caught, so you need to go do something else. What the is wrong with you? You know how bad of a criminal you gotta be to get caught? Nigga, 30-something, bro.
He'd served roughly 9 months in Florida State Prison for carrying a concealed handgun. Soon after his release, he'd be arrested again on drug charges, placed on probation, and a violation would result in another 15 months in prison. But even then, after 2 short prison bids, Zion would find himself arrested only 5 months after his second release, now facing burglary charges. Bonding out of jail, he'd only last a month before being arrested for driving with a suspended license, fleeing and eluding.
Bro, come on,
bro. Given a mandatory court date, Zion would buck court, resulting in a warrant for arrest, which was active at the time of his death. His death sadly wasn't the first in the family, as his father.
But it don't even sound like he would have did no time. Like, bro, you probably would have, nigga, what? A slap on the wrist, you would have did a year or two. You just threw all that away. You was 23, nigga. You could have went did 2 years real quick, came out and like, dang. You steady getting out, going back, getting out, going back, getting out, going back. Like, bro.
In 2003, when Zion was only 3 years old. His little brother Isaiah, who went by the name Zay, had been illegally driving a car full of teens when he hydroplaned, and lost control. He struck a tree, and fighters had to free Zay from the wrecked car. While all 5 teens would initially survive the crash, 16-year-old Zay would die from his injuries a week later. Sheriffs interviewed Zion's mother
sound like a
after
bunch
the
of
shooting
stupid
incident, and she stated she was aware he'd missed his recent court date and was facing up to 5 years in prison before his death.
Up to 5
She
years.
further stated to deputies how Zion told her multiple
You still though,
times
nigga. You 22, 23. 5 years, you still in your 20s, nigga. Go do your 5 years, come out and figure it out.
past,
You just killed a
he
cop
wasn't
for that?
going back to jail, and sadly, he lived up to those words. The wounded deputy survived the shooting.
Oh, the deputy survived.
He could be seen leaving the hospital only
That's
3
what's
days
up.
later.
3 days later.
Supporters cheered him on. Physically, it's unclear if the gunshot to the neck is still causing a temporary paralysis.
Like he did.
As
Like he
on
good.
video, he can still seem stiff.
Yeah, he looks stiff
Bullet
as
fragments were removed during surgery. His broken wrist had been casted.
Yeah.
And he'll have a long road to recovery ahead of him.
for sure.
But the
Long
sheriff's
road.
department remains
But he
hopeful
decent, though.
he'll be able to work again. The sergeant who killed Zion was found justified in doing so and has been credited with saving the deputy's life.
Yeah, he saved his life.
Now this case is a tough and important one.
This is a stupid
A
case.
couple of different reasons. A lot of times, if you've ever been incarcerated, you'll hear people say, I'm never coming back.
For sure.
And a lot of times people are exaggerating, but there's a very few
Yeah.
amongst the entire population that are willing to die
Yeah.
before experiencing
It's a lot of
what
people
they've
like that.
already experienced
Yeah.
incarcerated. Whether it was inhumane conditions, violence from the inmates, we don't know. There's pictures of Zion. He's holding a snake as he's taking a picture through JPay. And I mean, he was
JPay.
released from prison on community, which is, it's a housing level.
Right.
You got max custody, everybody knows about. In Florida, you got closed custody, which would be the highest, where you're not locked down in a cell 24/7. Medium, low. He was community, which means he could go outside of the gates
Go
and
outside.
work.
Right.
So it would seem he
It
wasn't
w-
getting into trouble in prison.
Exactly.
That's most likely how he was able to access a snake.
He was cause he was never locked up for no robbery, armed robbery, shooting no nigga. Like it seemed like he was doing silly shit. So you talking about you not going back to jail, like you just got out for doing 32 years. Bro, you did 9 months in a year and a year and 3 months. So you willing to kill a deputy and die to not go back and go to this little like gang. You had it sweet in there. You wasn't even really in jail, then you in a program. Your was coming in and leaving. Like
And he did very short amounts of time. But he was facing more charges.
But
and
it-
if he had been arrested
man.
for what he died for, that's an armed burglary. He was breaking into vehicles.
Oh,
with
'cause
two
he had a
handguns
gun on him?
And
Yeah.
he had just been released
That's
in
true.
2022.
Armed burglary.
Under Florida law, there's a PRR, the Prison Release Reoffenders Act. Within 3 years, if you commit certain felonies, they enhance the punishment.
For sure.
It just
That makes sense,
happens
though.
An armed burglary is punishable by life. Meaning, if he hadn't shot it out, he would have been hit with a mandatory life sentence.
Mandatory
Never released from prison.
for armed
Now I
burglary.
bring up the facts about his father dying and his brother
Florida
dying.
don't play, boy. Florida, I feel like these are states that Florida, Louisiana, even like Texas, boy, they sending your up the road quick. Alabama, Mississippi, like nigga, your going up through there, shorty. Like I ain't never heard of no nigga get life in Chicago for no armed burglary. In Chicago, they letting your off with everything that ain't got nothing to do with no gun. If you a felon, like you know what I'm saying, like no gun or no motherfucking no body drop. You ain't doing you ain't got no attempt on you. You ain't got no body on you. You ain't got no Glock with a switch on you or something like that. 9 times out of 10, you decent in the rack. Oh, bro, you stole a car. All right, little 6 months, little probation. Oh, bro, you broke in the car. All right, little community service. Oh, bro, Florida though, beat them little states down south, boy, they don't play.
Because things like this can have an impact in a young man's life. He was only 23 years old at the time that he died. If things could have been done to prevent how his life played out, it's too late for him.
Yeah.
But it isn't too late for some of y'all that's out there.
On phone
And
now.
that's why it's important to find help, and it's important to understand how damaging things are to us early on.
On phone now.
Because they can have an effect on us for the rest of our life,
On phone now.
or an effect that ends our life.
On
But
phone
I'm not
now.
on here to dog Zion for what he did or how he went out. He stood on his word. Sadly, he almost killed somebody else in the process of being killed himself. It seems that the sheriff is going to recover.
Yeah, he
As
seemed
you
like
can
he
see,
decent.
That man is a father himself, and
Yeah.
it's an ugly situation. But it's one to pay attention to, because people that are mentally unstable can crash out.
That's really what it is. Most 99.99999% of crash outs are mentally unstable. Really 100%. If you crash out like that, it's something wrong with you. You're not thinking clearly somewhere, somehow, some way on phone them like, bro. I'm just glad the policeman ain't died, cause policeman ain't do nothing to nobody. I don't even think the policeman upped his gun. He just said, "Show me your hands. I got a dog on me." Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think they said the police. When he dropped to the floor, the gun was still in his holster. He ain't even up no glick on him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad Shorty decent on bro.